Uh, Title says it all. We're doing the Watchtower. But checking in. Let's look at this old. Oh, pretty nice. Nice texture to it now that it's been coated with Mod Podge. But I'm happy how the blacksmith shop pull loose. Overall, solid. Could hold it in. Okay. My cat was about to destroy my couch, and I was like, I don't want to chase you. So I spray primed this guy. Skeleton bone color. Kind of gives it a nice just cloth vibe right away. Guys, pretty good for now. Mostly primed. That though. But we can start painting these wood. I'm gonna start with the walls since they're the best, or at least like handy. This, everything. Yeah, it'll work. Okay. A little chilly today. Kind of a nice thing, but it's too cold. Booby. I did give myself a haircut. Yeah, since pandemic, I don't like go to barbers. I just have been learning how to do my hair. Hit and miss, but you know, I'm happy with it. That's pretty much what we're painting, a lot of brown. One side at a time, so I don't like take away all the places that I can hold on to the mini. It's going to be more than just brown, but gotta get this coat on. Black. No, I've been watching a lot more of like beard culture pop up on YouTube, which is great, amazing, and hilarious all at the same time. And what I like about it is the barbershop in general is a very neutral place, and if it's a barbershop or surrounded about mustaches and beards, especially as content, very healthy, masculine content for men and boys to really like take in. You're seeing men be affectionate, and they, guys are touching each other. They're talking about grooming. They're like essentially having spa days, but it's not. It is neither feminine or like negative masculinity. It is just like men hanging out with each other, which is really good content. But a lot of the videos you'll see guys who don't know what to do with their hair or their beard, and the barbers aren't just cutting their hair, but they're actually, since they're on camera, they're talking about what they're going to do and styles that guys can do to, depending on your natural hair and natural beard, how you can take care of yourself and make yourself look good. I really, really like that. And it's like Beard Brand associated, but Beard Brand is in Texas, so you're getting a lot of masculine Texas guys, just like hot towel to the face, like classic girls go to the spa day stuff, but just for your face, your beard, your hair, and just feel good, talk to another guy, have a friend, joke around. I think I ordered something from Beard Brand just recently. I ordered the sea salt spray because it's good vitamins for the skin on the scalp, and then utility balm so I can put it in my beard and hair. But yeah, I've been deep diving in that, and it's just like giving me directions on how to treat my beard when I trim it a little bit more. Different methods of attempting to fade up the hair a little bit, since I go really short on the sides and the back. content. So. They are in Europe. Oof, yeah, that's. I wasn't sure because I was like, I could get this stuff cheaper somewhere else, and obviously they're marking it up for profit purposes. But I wanted to try it out, and if it feels good, then I'm gonna not necessarily stick with the brand as much as I will stick with that grooming product, right? So if I find that the sea salt spray actually makes me feel good, if the balm makes me feel good, I'll get some of this stuff to make myself feel and look a little bit prettier. As long as it works, yeah. As long as they work, you know, price could be a little bit higher. But, you know, don't always like that because companies get away with so like iPhones are a great example. They are not worth willing to pay for it. Pay $1,000. Like the most expensive thing about a phone is the software. Software doesn't really change when you buy it. Hey man, big fan. Thanks for keeping me chill. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Gave myself a pretty good haircut. Most recent video that we dropped on this channel, really well. To be honest, it did really well. The thumbnails with the beholder, it's talking about 10 XP. Especially post-hack made me feel really good. Because when I dropped that mana potion video, I was just like, oh man, this hack really messed with this channel. Apparently mana potions are just really niche. So I feel pretty good. I'm gonna release some shorts, cut downs from the XP video, so that way it just gets shared a little bit more. That's what shorts are great at. And got a couple more in the can, and I plan on shooting like 5 more videos, either today or tomorrow. I just got done voting. Oh, I feel all free like. Better put these in order so I know which ones I'm painting and how long it's taken to dry. just noticed that when I was doing this, it was darker on the bottom than the top when I was just how I was painting. Like the look, so I'm gonna try to replicate that once I get further with other colors. Globs. It might also be because mana potions aren't really part of D&D, so yeah, it was really hard to market it. I just changed the thumb and title today because I was like, maybe if I a little bit more vague, it will be better received. That one didn't do that well. I love that this stream is just the most random conversation while me painting. Talking about grooming products for men, men's spaces, like positive ones, and I gotta say that. And then we jump to like the latest video on this channel, performance. Ooh. Carmichael dropping minis. Pants. Yeah. She's like just off camera. You wanna go? Okay, bye. Moving from India to Germany, but haven't been out of the country, so it's all overwhelming. Yeah, that would be overwhelming. That would absolutely be overwhelming. So know that your feelings aren't crazy. That anyone moving from one country to another would feel anxious and overwhelmed. My parents felt that way when they moved from Germany to America. Right enough. But it's really hard to tell. For now. Unless you actually see the difference. Black. Brown. We'll get to the highlighting. I think we'll get pretty far with these today, actually. LA, it feels like it's been raining for 2 days straight. Maybe 2.5 days straight. Florida is getting a hurricane right now. Yeah, a lot of rain. Great. Cold, but great. I personally feel like I've had a lot of rain this year because I went to Edinburgh. And that place was just soaking wet. Ah, Dublin was not as wet. A lot more wind. Yeah. maniac lives, and the maniacs. Which it seems to be drying very quick. Do I watch soccer or any sports? No. I don't. Do I feel like I want to get in them at all? Not really. I'm pretty invested in D&D to the point that like I'm invested in D&D like somebody who's invested in their favorite sport. So I would have to share my D&D time with. Would I, on a weekend, if we're all going to the park, play some sports? I know a few rules. I was in track and field. I know sports, but I don't keep up with it. Knowing sports teams and sports terms and sports rules and kind of like all that, like sports culture, would occupy as much of my brain space as D&D would. I make money off that. So, like, Corridor pays me to think about D&D. If they want to pay me to think about sports, I'll think about sports. Oh, it's just glue on my name. Oh, something about the gold here, bottom left-hand corner. I want to go through and paint some copper pieces there and some silver pieces. Really dazzle it up with a different color. We got a lot of brown in here, so probably not enough for the shape of the thing. I paint a message. Important. Okay. Worked out. A lot of work. Gotta communicate. Do. What's it? We don't need this. And this, which sits on top of the hole. I think overall, the primer does a lot of the work getting the color there. I think this is just gonna basically need a lot of wash. Start with like brown wash on this. And then maybe like another color. Probably like the stitching can be made with like blues, yellows, and purples. Like they just use whatever they can to stitch. Okay. In fact, maybe all these can be different colors. Maybe rather than perfect is like patchy. I think blue should definitely be. It would get dirty. So we need to paint the dirt on. One can be white. Sure. Hey, red. We'll do like a blue corner here. This back one. Then a fur, like a dark brown. And the whole thing is brown, so I don't want to get away from brown up here. Purple? Purple, blue, and white? That's the top, yeah. So, start working on that while this all dries. You saw nothing. Blue. Blue, white. I think the stitches can be red. That'll be fun. Stitches should be a bunch of colors. That already starts to look more fun. To lean it on. Cannon. No, no. But that one I think is done. Top like nest. need a fill light. This top light is... Oh, nothing. Crazy. This was actual. A ring light, that's what I need, guys. I feel like this is a lot better for you. I have to finish still a few episodes, and good thing I didn't spoil anything here. Magnet, metal. There is metal on the mic. Fuck with sound too much? Let me know. Start getting a hiss. Hey, Sean. Yeah, spoiling. Fucking with the microphone. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, spoiling is tough. Like, I try to make sure spoiling doesn't happen while the show is releasing. But at a certain point, we gotta talk. Like, TV and shows. Doing like two things at once. TVs and shows today are different. Content is different today than it used to be, right? So it's like blustery wind outside. So for example, a nice edge. What was I saying? What brain? Fit for it. Difficult thing with online content right now is you don't want to spoil stuff. You also want to be able to talk about it. And by talking about it, you can get more people to watch, right? It's not like, if you think about it, corridordigital.com, yeah, it's tough. Like, there's some hills to die on about spoilers, and then some hills to just like, you know, that's the age of content that we are in today, right? But if you think about it, corridordigital.com is very much young HBO, young Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is young. But you know what I mean. It's like a small league version of that. And we're going to be seeing more of small league content platforms like that. And they're only small league because of the number of subscribers and the size of the team, and the fact that it's built off the back of digital media whereas HBO is built off the back of traditional media, so it's a much bigger powerhouse, spending way more money per thing. You know, like an episode of Game of Thrones and an episode of Son of a Dungeon. The big difference. A difference does come down to team size and not production quality as much as production aesthetic. Like, we go in with Son of a Dungeon to some degree, make it feel like high premium YouTube content, right? And we, with Son of a Dungeon Season 2, we have kind of like up the ante to say it is definitely premium. Like, it's our HBO series, right? And like, when it comes to spoilers, HBO, because of how wide reach they are, because they're just more established, they're larger, they can get away with less spoilers and hyping their content. Whereas Corridor has to lean a little bit more into the spoiler territory because they're not as big. It's the same mindset if you think about it. If a product needs a lot of advertisement, that's because it doesn't have a lot of customers. Might not be true for everything. It's a mindset. I'll use the camera rather than my eyes. Fine. Bad spot. Good. I want to say this, the legs, the neck, done. No. What's the right word? Scaffolding. The scaffolding is done. With the dark brown. Called edge light. To there. Yeah, it is. It just. It is. Live action D&D is really about enjoying players. There's also an element that I'm a big stickler about, because I believe this a lot. Nothing is over here. There's an aspect of watching D&D content that live streaming is guaranteed, right? It's experiencing the unwrittenness with the players. But the cost of that with uncut live so high. Like, you have to be really, really good to push everything forward so people can keep up with it, where editing can do all that work for you. And I think an important aspect to have, and which is why I'm big on spoilers, but I'm also like Sam and but Sam mostly pushes and enjoys for the cinematic sequences and shots with the VFX, right? It's its own unique thing. But the reason why we constantly are cutting back to that table is because I think it's important to enjoy the banter and the reactions and the experience in the moment, as versus only experiencing the heightened cinematic version. Back to this guy. Fables, like Fables of Refuge. It doesn't have that kind of a show. It's very much a lot closer to the uncut experience. The one shots being a lot more edited down, I think, is extremely valuable. So there's like bite-size, specialized D&D. Did we? Great. Sort out all that blue. Right, that's why I think, Kobe, you make a good point, is that what's the most successful D&D content on the internet? Talking about D&D. Playing D&D is a very unique audience. Watch that stuff. But, depending on the game setting, the dungeon master, you can get really unique stories that you wouldn't get by watching something else. Give or take, right? And it's also you can experience it by just listening. Sometimes, or at least the more uncut D&D shows, you can experience a little bit more passively, which I enjoy a lot. Like, I'm working and I get to just experience the long form content. I don't see a lot of people good at it. I think Fables could be better at it. I don't even think Critical Role's that good at it. I think Critical Role's better than most, but like, that's because they were established first, and they've had the time to succeed and survive the last decade of doing it. But if you want some of the best examples about moving a game around, really not about a show, it's just about being a DM and keeping that pace, keeping that rhythm. And some DMs can do that, some DMs can't. Because it's a lot of work. Was I just painting this all off camera? I don't like sitting. In the lazy version. Then. Then you also have Arcane Arcade. which is uncut. They it's hard. I think what makes a good D&D show is what makes a good D&D game. If you have a bad one, even editing can't really bring it to the top. You know, everyone's got to be in on it. Like, I'm here to play this game. That's a big thing. Often you should be able to, if you're making D&D content, rather than saying, well, the audience wants this, you need to be able to say, my fellow players want it. Right? And if my fellow players want this and they're liking what I'm doing at the table, the audience will. If they don't, it's not the right show for them. Oh yeah, those old Node D&D shows. That was a big thing when we started Son of a Dungeon. It was like, I don't want to make Node D&D 2.0, but at the same time, I want SOD to be marketed towards everyone who loved the Node D&D show. He's like Sam, Nico, D, Jake, Ren, like this is the right cast to bring in everyone. Like, oh, they're playing D&D again. That was a big part of my thinking about who's going to be on the show, especially for like, you know, the first like couple seasons is like we need that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. And now that we've done 2 seasons, I'm not trying to do any spoilers. Now that we've done 2 seasons, there may or may not be a season 3. That is to keep things spoiler free. Not trying to set doubt out there. That's just to be spoiler free. So we may or may not do season 3, but Sam and I do have other D&D games in mind, like high concept ones that even I, who watch a lot of D&D content because I need to know what the genre is, and fun. Even the small ones can get really fun. We have a few ideas that like we have not seen in the genre whatsoever. So I'm really excited for that. I think Sam is the kind of creator that doesn't like to do sequels. You know, he likes to one big idea, another big idea, another big idea. That's a big part of Sam, big part of Core. Right? I think there's room for like revisiting old ideas from the old show once Son of a Dungeon has accumulated enough seasons worth of content that it's still not part of its defining feature, right? Yeah, I think that makes sense. Dungeons and Daddies, Kobe, love it. I think I listened to the whole first season. I don't think I listened to the finale. I got to... pretty far. I'm happy to say that I've listened to it. I listened to Son of a Dungeons and Daddies soon enough that the time edit, I got to experience the change. And for those who don't know, they went back and re-edited early episodes because of time travel. So that means the audience of the show can now only experience the new timeline versus the old one. And I think that's wild. I think that's one of the wildest things that they did. Not comfortable. I don't have any leg room. Like, I'm up against a cabinet, basically. Could you imagine Game of Thrones, right? They do an amazing job with House of Dragons, right? And then they produce, rather than a prequel of Game of Thrones, they produce a sequel, and there's time travel magic. And they go back to House of Dragons. They re-edit House of Dragons, and the original version is no longer available. That's the kind of craziness. But it's only in one episode that they, like, reshaped. Otherwise, they would lose all their money. I think season 1, episode, like, it's somewhere between this episode, somewhere in that range, where they actually do the time bit, and they that's where you know, oh, that's where it's all changed. Purples. Okay, so rather than getting a different brown the next pass, I used oak brown, which is my darkest brown. I could use like monster brown, the different shade. That's more oak. Yeah, I found oak. There's also leather brown. I'm gonna add white to the brown pile for the mix. You don't need to watch Game of Thrones, I don't think. I think, I think House of Dragons is a lot. You know what? early Game of Thrones had the best writing. But then late Game of Thrones had the best spectacle. Right in the middle is where you got a little bit of both. Really satisfying. Because they were the first ones to really make a TV show like that. And House of Dragon, writing is really good. The filmmaking, very good. Spectacle, a lot of dragons, a lot of fun. They are trying to cramp in a lot of stuff in time. But overall, this is like House of Dragons is definitely refined Game of Thrones when it comes to the filmmaking, the writing, and the production. And I think House of Dragons is definitely worth it. Especially because it's far less episodes. The barricade. Oh, that's why. There. Break my whole setup. There. Dang. Better. Aha. Victory, everybody. So, I'm gonna just make sure I go sideways with this lighter brown. So that way the cracks in the wood stay dark. That's the... Will I be only time? Kind of working. All right, Kobe, you have a good night. There's a difference. You could definitely see it on camera. also super subtle. So do another pass with another lighter tone. No, you can't see this part, but that's what we did. Okay. I'll do another coat. I'll do another coat. Not necessarily with the same or even just brighter. If I go a little bit brighter, I'll probably add some yellow into it, and that way it's like shades of the wood popping in. Ooh, you know what? Because this is the inside of the wood up here, this will get more yellow, yeah? And then the bark will get more red. That'll be fun. There we go. Gonna look. Are you going for wood? Already paint this one. Definitely meant to be a bit modular for either military or bandits. So. And it should be able to be used in most, if not all, terrain. So I don't want to get too specific on like the type of wood. I just want it to look nice and special, which is super vague and super subjective. But I think when it comes to making an all-round piece, the gray area that's Right now, they're super dark. Interesting to see in the VOD from how dark they start and to where they end up. little bit more accurate to what I see. Okay, so it's so subtle. Yeah, it is. Um, like you gotta hold it up, then you really can start to see the work on there. So now it's time to go a little bit even lighter. And we're gonna do a little bit of a hue shift. Membravio Leviosa. Best red, I think, will be dry rot. Same thing that we did for the tiles on top of this guy. Nice vibrant orange. yellow cap on this? White cap? Yellow. Oh yeah, Red, you weren't there. But yeah, so roof builds a lot of focus. Got dirty tarp. Put a little tint the stone a bit purple to have a nice pop to it. Got also swords and axes there. Soot. Came out super well. And then we put Mod Podge all over it to really seal it, and now it has a nice, better texture. Don't touch it. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm teasing you guys on the stream. I do. Nope, they're my chicken. My vegan chicken. You can have one vegan chicken if that means I get French fries. Life is full of compromises. You can take that one. Ooh, yeah. Onion, what is it? Onion aioli. Kinda was pretty gross. Sorry. Here you go, guys. French fries, Guardian. There's a local shop called Monty's Good Burger. It's like a vegan McDonald's or vegans In and Out. If you. But they also have chicken sandwiches. Delicious. Go. Lost that bet. Different bottle. That's a lot of weight. Still too brown. And not bright enough. But I think white rust really get it there. Ooh, yeah. Which is fine. I can dampen it down on the towel. Pressed tofu? No, it's not tofu actually. I have no clue what they use for their chicken. Do you know what they use for their? Allie, you know what they use? Yeah. They use potatoes for their French fries. Oh, I just ate my paint. Okay, so this is a lot brighter. A little bit more red in there. They use wheat to make the chicken. Barley, wheat, water, cornstarch, baking powder. It's really good. Essentially eating bread that's tasted like chicken. And then there's some gluten and soy. Yeah, the burgers at Monty's is beyond 2.0. No, they use Impossible 2.0. And then Wurstkush, which is like Corridor's favorite sausage place, that uses their vegan sausage use. All right, let's see if we can get some interesting stuff going on. I found my tool. Do I dry brush? So it looks a little too skin tone. Add some more. I'll add pure red. 2 drops of red. Floristic, how are you? Oh, that pure red really made a difference. Floristic, have you been able to get into the Discord since you're a member? I've been tinkering with that on Discord's side to try to get it to work. I'm really sorry. I posted on YouTube, I made a community post just for members. Check it out. There should be an invitation link to the Discord. I think if you just go to the channel under community, it should be there. Let me know if that works or not. Noticeable on camera, but there's such a difference. Makes my hand overly if I boost the saturation, my hand looks weird, but this starts to look more to what I see in my own eyes. Yay, you're in the Discord. Okay, now you guys can my hand is super pink, but color-wise, you should be able to see it way better. Allie's dying behind me because she choked on her food. So if I pull out the old one, you can see it here. Fine. Habanero sauce. Yes, they are concerned about you. See, now you've invited her into the chat, guys. See? This is why you can't be too nice to people. The red hue on this doesn't come through on the camera. There is a subtleness to it, which I'll do on another pass. I'll do more. It does have a bronze vibe to it. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. Dick. You know why else I'm excited about finishing up the paint job? Because then I can post it as a review for the Etsy shop. Where I got? Why don't I wear gloves? You saying my hands look ugly? Did Picasso wear gloves? Don't know. Yeah, I just don't wear gloves. It bugs me to wear gloves while painting, but also it bugs me that my hands get covered in paint. I think the easiest path is gloves. I think, tell me, so merch. Let me ask some of you about merch for tables. Now, if you go to the channel right now, the most basic of merch, tables of refuge. Like, I just wanted some basic stuff there. Obviously, the biggest demand is a shirt with Tazoo saying, I hit it with my quarterstaff. Or I poked it with my quarterstaff. One of the two, right? Am I, accurate with my assessment? Well, I do have a mock-up of that shirt. Now, when to release it is interesting because I do have a mock-up of the quarterstaff poke shirt. And it's adorable and amazing at the same time. That's a pretty good shirt idea with Julius. I'm always a fan of a Julius shirt. I should just sell a shirt that says I'm a tree. I want to make more merch. It's difficult, but because let's compare some things, right? Let's compare Fables to Corridor, or even mention 20 or Critical Role. God forbid. 2 million views of video. Compare, right? There's not a big demand that would pay off the cost getting the art made, right? unless if I drop that merch, all of you guys go get it and help pay for the art that was paid for to make the shirt, and thus becoming a more self-sufficient machine of merch. Then I also realizing you guys always buying every bit of merch, and I don't know if that's a sustainable thing for you guys. So I'm thinking it should be a holiday release, right? Maybe winter holiday, Thanksgiving holiday. I'm talking American Christian traditional holidays, right? We could do Christmas. We could do Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving tight. I could release the Tazoo shirt. I think it's cute. It would probably be through who do I use right now for the merch that's on the channel? Relieve? Allie. Who's the merch? Teespring? Teespring. Sometimes you need to take a gamble. Spoken like a true I want it right now person. Optional V-neck. What's a good price for a shirt? The prices would change depending on shipping, international or domestic, but I think I can make sure it goes international. $20 for a t-shirt? That seem doable? I know it's different than just like go to a store and get a t-shirt, right? It's getting a t-shirt from a creator that you want a t-shirt from. So I feel like the cost can be a little bit higher than like a Target t-shirt. $20 is basically a Target t-shirt. I haven't been to Target in years. Here, let's do a pressing game and see if where like you feel the cap is. $25. Still worth it? I'm literally beta testing you. Because here's a good example. If I start dropping some like genuinely like nice merch, interesting, right? That's themed to the channel, not just the logo. It's kind of too basic, right? If there's enough profit margin on the merch, then that money can go towards like fixing lights, set decoration, whether it's in like a new one shot or a campaign coming up, you know, that can all help. I wouldn't want to take a single penny from that. I want that money to go back to the channel, so that way if you buy a merch, you are in like a one-time payment, help fund the channel kind of way, right? Makes sense? $50 for just the logo? What? Okay, let me flex. Would for a Tazoo poke with my quarterstaff t-shirt, would you pay $50? Not including tax or shipping. I'm no Taylor Swift, but that's a lot. I would have to debate about that. And to be fair, when I go shopping for pants, I'm so upset that I can't find good pants for under 2 digits. Sorry, under 3 digits. For some reason, nice pants is expensive now versus when I was a kid. No, not 50. Yeah. Cap at 30 for Sean. Think of the seasonal stuff. Designer cut shirt. Definitely not designer cut. I definitely could release it at, let's say, I also need character coffee. Hang on, guys. I'm the guy who has to do all that. Like, I'm busy. I don't have a team. If it makes my biceps look huge, I'll pay $50. I know the feeling. Mugs, it sounds cool, because I remember for the Alien game I bought on Etsy really cool Alien theme mugs, and I was like, man, I wish I could. I would only do Alien merch if we did a campaign, and it's a campaign for Aliens not happening anytime soon. Like, look how much work I'm putting into fantasy minis. You know, like, imagine it'd be an average of like $2,000 just for the minis for a sci-fi show. That's unpainted. Let's see, where are we? Heck, if there are any biceps showing, I'd pay $500. Gosh, you guys. Okay. Yeah, if I did Tazoo $30 before shipping and what have you, right? Then, not this, oh, maybe this holiday. Depends when I get to Tazoo. If I do a $30 Tazoo shirt, and then I'll make a holiday sale eventually. so that way it's cut, I don't know, a percentage. I can also see about making sure patrons and members get a discount. There you go. But then I gotta be on top of merch. I know you guys want it. It's doable. Hi Andrew. I gotta make sure that it makes sense. It's reasonable, and talking to you guys about cost helps. Are these minis made of resin? Some type of other type of plastic. The wood that I'm holding is resin. Don't know why the words escape my brain. Yes, Andrew, these are resin, and then I'm really happy with the quality of it. To the point that I'm like, I want everything. Then everything. This is not resin. Delay. You can see the... Wow. Zoomed in and it just went out of focus. You can see the resolution showing itself here. Because it's not resin. But, you know, far enough away, you put on the table. This works really well, especially at one-time battle. I kind of luck out when I find items that are PLA, resin. Next Christmas is so far away. Painting PLA more difficult? Not always. Sometimes. Here, this is actually a really good example for that really good question. So the shields are a really good example. So it's really hard. You can see the little mess up. Really hard to do detail stuff like this. Little artsy stuff. You can see how it kind of get a little challenging there on PLA, right? Sword and axes weren't that difficult because they're straight lines. When it comes to wood, PLA is actually fairly okay and good. Like, yeah, I see the little resolution lines, but overall, I can get it with a good wash. It looks like wood. I would say things that you want to do really nice details, like mini characters. This is metal. Mini characters that are made of resin. What is around me? This is made of resin. So resin allows me to get a lot finer, like freehand painting details, like the colors of the tail. You can only get that if it's resin. PLA is great for large scale buildings because it's also a cheaper material. And not many resin printers print large, especially compared to PLA. Do I want everything to be resin? Yes, because it's like having everything in 4K. It's not bad. Like here's PLA and it's a set of stairs. Cheaper. Now, if these stairs, I don't actually remember the cost of these stairs. Let's hypothetically say $1 for this set of stairs, right? As PLA. Sounds expensive. But keep going with the analogy. If this is $1 in PLA, it would be about $5 in resin. And that scales non-linearly. So resin has its place. If you were to add micro details to like large PLA prints, I would do two things. One, print those details as a resin and add them on. Or I would look at handcrafting, like cardboard, plaster, like get really messy and stuff. I would start looking at that for the large scales. It's why I also enjoy cutting up wood or wood. Nice to grab. I'll take a bite of this chicken. That's really good context, Andrew. So yeah, if you're doing print minis for your group, use resin for creatures. Good example, resin for creatures. Your skeletons, your heroes, your baddies, your monsters. That's where I would do it. Because they can fit in a resin printer. Buildings and terrain like rubble, trees, I would go PLA. Viewers skew young adult to mid-adult on the channel. So we have a few younger, a few older, but mostly mid to late 20s and early 30s. That's what YouTube tells me. Because YouTube knows way too much. Was it Tuesday? My early 500. Doing this off camera again. Retracted. I saw that. I was halfway through that message. Pretty far with this. A bit more. Finish doing these highlights since I want to remix this paint. And then we're gonna call it quits for the day, guys. But I have to say, there won't be a stream Saturday. Because scheduling and shooting a D&D show is very difficult. So we dedicated this coming Saturday to a shooting day for Fables of Refuge. And you tell me, do you want 2 hours of me streaming, or do you want me to film 4 hours of D&D? Be honest with you. If you could get both, obviously. But there's not enough of me to go around. We'll see. Depends how tired I am. It takes a couple hours to set up, a couple hours to tear down, and if we're gonna shoot for like 4 hours, you know, that's a big day. I'll see how tired I am. But I'll try to get another like workshop video done for Saturday, so at least you get something. Nice. I think they're coming up. You can really see the highlight work now. Really nice. Man, I'm doing such a good job, guys. So talented. I'm so talented. Coming out really nice. Here. So I'll put these to the side, and we can work on them on the next stream, which would be same time, same place. Here. Make sure your notification bell is clicked, all the good stuff. Look at the green. Join Discord. It said subscribe. Link in the description. Yeah, that's not true. That link is in the description though. Join Patreon. Oh, me. I will also get working on getting you guys the shirt. The Tazoo shirt. Yeah, I'll try to get the shirt. Hated breath. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for having a great chat. You haven't been here in a while. I'm looking at a few of you. Thank you for stopping by again. Always really appreciate hanging out and spending a couple hours with you guys while painting. Yeah, it's work, but it's work to get going, but it's always a joy to do. All right, guys, I'll see you on Tuesday, and I'll try to get you a video on Saturday. Most likely not going to Saturday because we're filming more Fable. See you guys.